I needed a little extra money. It was during the Second World War. My husband was in service and I had one child. My son is with me, Ernie. And I was looking at our paper, Fallon County Times. It says AVON want representatives. Make a little extra money. See your neighbors, your friends. So I just sat down and I wrote this lady, Anna Gustafson was her name. Am I loud enough?
Yes.
And asked her how much it would cost. So I got the letter back in a couple of days. She said 50 cents. So I scrimmaged 50 cents together because those days you got paid 35 cents an hour to do something. It was 1943. So when I got my card from Ann, and so I had a wagon. I sat my son in the wagon, had my bag and put it in. I walked up the street, and I thought, well, a banker's wife would be the best one to start. So I walked up the street right behind the bank. And of course, in the community that I lived in, you knew everybody. There was about 3,000 people, but then I had worked in Baker for about 2 months, 2 years, so I knew an awful lot of people. I came from a farm with 13 children, was one of 13, and I just thought that I was really living high when I was working for 35 cents an hour. So I got 50 cents together and I put it in an envelope, and I thought, well, if this is going to get to Bismarck, I'll do good. But then those days you could put money in an envelope and send it. She sent it, I went to Ann Gustafson, and she was my manager at that time. When I went to Mrs. Curl, was the lady that I first went to see. She opened up the door and she had a white hat on and an apron. She was baking. And she said to me, "What are you doing here, Rose?" I said, "I'm an AVON representative." I said, "Would you need AVON?" "Oh my," she says. "It was in New York," she says. "It's been a long time." But she says, "I really don't need anything." So she closed the door. So I turned around with my son in the wagon, went down the street. She opened up the door. "Oh," she says, "come back." She says, "I do need something." So I went in. "Oh," she says, "bring the wagon and everything in." So I just pulled the wagon in, sat down and sat my son down beside me and put my bag down so he had something to entertain himself. So she had, by the time she was through ordering, she ordered about $5 worth. Now that was an awful lot of money at that time, $5 worth of AVON. But she had ordered enough for herself. So when I left, I thought, boy, that is going to be a good sale. And when I got home, and I had seen about 10 people that day, and I had about $100.
Wow. That's close to $1,000 order now.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you go